Good morning, children. This is your second class of history. Today we are going to start Advent of Europeans. You can refer this from page number 3 in your new Samachir book. After the capture of Constantinople by the Turks in AD 1453, the land route between India and Europe was closed. So when the Turks they captured Constantinople in the year 1453, they closed the land route between India and Europe. So Turks penetrated into North Africa and the Balkan Peninsula. So penetrated is nothing but entering. Okay. So Turks entered into North Africa and the Balkan Peninsula. It became imperative on the part of the European nations to discover new sea routes to the east. So, imperative is nothing but it's very urgent or very important for them. So, it made them very important to find a new sea route from Europe to India. So, they wanted to discover a new sea route. Portugal. Amongst the entire European nations, Portugal was the foremost to make a dynamic attempt to discover a sea route to India. So, Portuguese people, they were the foremost to make attempt to discover a new sea route to India. Okay. So, Prince Henry of Portugal, who is commonly known as navigator. Prince Henry of Portugal, Prince Henry, who belonged to Portugal, he was called as what? Navigator. So he encouraged his countrymen to take up the adventurous life of exploring the unknown regions of the world. And Bartholomew Dias, and he was also a Portuguese sailor, he reached the southernmost point of Africa in the year 1487. Okay, and he was patronized by King John II. So, he is Prince Henry of Portugal, otherwise called as navigator. Next, Bartholomew Dias, he is a Portuguese sailor. Next, coming to map in the same page number 3. So, here they are showing a sea route from Lisbon to Calicut in India. Okay. So, the green color arrow marks represents from Lisbon to Calicut, and the red color arrow marks represents from Calicut to Lisbon. Okay. So, they took a sea route. They crossed Atlantic Ocean, they came to Antarctic Ocean, and they came near to Indian Ocean, and they reached our India, Calicut, by the ship, by using sea route. They discovered a new sea route from Lisbon to Calicut. So, voyage of Vasco da Gama, Lisbon to Calicut in the year 1497 to 1498. Another map in page number 4. So, European trade centers, European trade centers. So, these legend box is important for this map to understand. Portuguese settlements, which is in green color. Red color is French settlements, which indicates F. Okay. DU is Dutch settlements. DA is Danish settlements. And E is English settlements. So, this shows the different countries who settled over in India, the different country people. Okay. Portuguese settlement, French settlement, Dutch, Danish and English. Okay. Here first we can see Portuguese settlements, green in color. Okay. Diu, Daman, Bassein, Goa, Cananur, Calicut, Cochin. So, these are the places where Portuguese settled. And in red color, French settlement. So, we will see where are the red colors indicates here. Chandranagur, Balasore, Yanam, Pondicherry, Karaikal, Mahe. So, these are the places where French people settled. And next, Dutch settlements, which is in pink in color. Chinsura, Pulicat, Nagapatnam. And next coming to Danish. So Danish is Serampore and Tranquebar. That's all. Only two. And last one is English. Hagley, Calcutta, Madras, Bombay, Salsette, Surat, Broach, Ahmedabad, Agra. So these are the places where different peoples got settled. Next coming to Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, he was another Portuguese sailor. He reached the southernmost point of Africa and he continued his journey to Mozambique, from where he sailed to India with the help of an Indian pilot. Okay, Vasco da Gama is a Portuguese sailor. Okay, he reached to the southernmost point of Africa. Okay, and he continued his journey to Mozambique. Mozambique is nothing but it is a country in East Africa. So Mozambique is a country in East Africa. Okay, so from Mozambique, where he sailed to India with the help of an Indian pilot. So this is the picture of Vasco da Gama. And the same paragraph. In AD 1498, he reached Calicut, where he was cordially received by King Zamorin, the ruler of Calicut. So King Zamorin, he was the ruler of Calicut. He cordially received Vasco da Gama, okay, in Calicut in the year 1498. The second Portuguese navigator. The first Portuguese navigator was Prince Henry. We saw the picture also, isn't it? The second Portuguese navigator is Pedro Alvares Cabral. So this is another Portuguese navigator. He sailed towards India, following the route discovered by Vasco da Gama, with 13 ships and a few hundred soldiers in 1500 AD. In 1500, Pedro Alvares Cabral, okay, he sailed towards India following the Vasco da Gama sea route, okay, what we saw in the previous map. He sailed with 13 ships along with him and few hundreds of soldiers, okay, this is the year, 1500 is year. On his arrival at Calicut, there arose conflict between Portuguese and King Zamorin. When he entered the Calicut, the place Calicut in India, there was a conflict. Conflict is nothing but fight between Portuguese and King Zamorin. Who is King Zamorin here? He is the ruler of Calicut. Fine? Okay. Vasco da Gama came to India for the second time in 1501 with 20 ships and founded a trading centers at Kannur. So Kannur is nothing but Kannur city in Kerala. Okay, Kannur is nothing but this is called as Kannur, which is a city in Kerala. Okay, so Vasco da Gama second time he came to India in which year? 1501. He came with 20 ships and he founded many trading centers in Kannur. One after another, they established factories at Calicut and Cochin. So later, they established many factories in Calicut and Cochin. King Zamorin attacked the Portuguese in Cochin but was defeated. So King Zamorin, he attacked the Portuguese people in Cochin, but King Zamorin was defeated by Portuguese people. Cochin was the first capital of the Portuguese East India Company. So Cochin was the first capital for the Portuguese People's East India Company. The third voyage of Vasco da Gama was in the year 1524. So first time he came in 1498, second time he came in 1501 and third time Vasco da Gama came in the year 1524. Okay. He soon fell ill. Ill is nothing but sick. Okay. And in December 1524, he died in Cochin. In Cochin, December 1524, Vasco da Gama died. So this is the picture of King Zamorin, ruler of Calicut, and Pedro Alvares Cabral. So this is the picture of Pedro Alvares Cabral, and he is the another Portuguese navigator. And next one, we are going to see about Francisco de Almeida. So next paragraph, okay, Francisco de Almeida, and this is the picture of him. You can follow this in the book. In 1505, Francisco de Almeida was sent as the first governor for the Portuguese possessions in India. So he was sent, Francisco de Almeida was sent as the first governor for the Portuguese possessions in India. Okay, Almeida had the aim of developing the naval power of the Portuguese in India. So he has a good aim to develop the naval power of the Portuguese in India. So, and his policy was known as Blue Water Policy. So, Francis de Almeida's policy was called as what? Blue Water Policy. As Portuguese tried to break the Arabs' monopoly on Indian trade, ocean trade, it negatively impacted on the trade interest of Egypt and Turkey. Sultans of Bijapur and Gujarat were also apprehensive of the expansion of Portuguese control of ports, which led to an alliance between Egypt, Turkey and Gujarat against Portuguese invaders. In a naval battle fought near Chaul, the combined Muslim fleet won a victory over the Portuguese fleet under Almeida's son, who was killed in the battle. So, fleet is nothing but it's a group of ship or boats that sail together. Okay, in Tamil they say Kadarpadai, fleet. Okay, and Almeida defeated the combined Muslim fleet in a naval battle near Dayu, and by the year 1509 Portuguese claimed the naval supremacy in Asia. So Portuguese power claimed naval supremacy in Asia. So next one is Alfonso de Albuquerque. Alfonso de Albuquerque, and this is a picture of him. Okay, he was the real founder of Portuguese power in India and was Alfonso de Albuquerque. Alfonso de Albuquerque was the real founder of Portuguese power in India. He captured Goa from the Sultan of Bijapur in the year November 1510. In 1515, he established the Portuguese authority over Ormuz in Persian Gulf. He encouraged the marriages of the Portuguese with Indian women. He maintained friendly relations between Vijayanagar Empire. And next one is Nino de Cunha. Okay, Nino de Cunha, next paragraph. He was the Portuguese governor. Nino de Cunha was the Portuguese governor. He moved capital from Cochin to Goa in the year 1530. And in the year 1535, he acquired Bassein from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. So Bassein you can see in the map, page number 4, okay, which is near Gujarat, below to the Gujarat you can see, okay. And in 1537, the Portuguese occupied Dayu. Portuguese, they occupied the place Dayu. Later, they wrested dam, and wrested is nothing but forcibly pulling, okay, they wanted that place, okay. They wrested Daman from the local chiefs of Gujarat. And in 1548, they occupied Salsette. Salsette is also, we can find it in the map. And during this 16th century, Portuguese, they succeeded in capturing many places like Goa, Daman, Dayu, Salsette, Bassein, Chaul and Bombay on the western coast, and Hooghly on the Bengal coast, and Santom on the Madras coast, and they enjoyed a good trading benefits in India. The Portuguese brought the cultivation of tobacco to India. So, tobacco cultivation was brought to India by whom? Portuguese. Okay. Due to the influence of Portuguese, Catholic religion spread in certain regions on India's western and eastern coast. Because of Portuguese only, Catholic religion got spread into India, that is in western and eastern coast of India. The printing press was set up by the Portuguese at Goa in the year 1556. A scientific work on the Indian medicinal plants by a European writer was printed at Goa in 1563. In 17th century, the Portuguese power began to decline to the Dutch, and by 1739, the Portuguese pockets became confined to Goa, Diu and Daman. Okay children, we'll just wind up till this, and next class we shall start from the Dutch. Thank you children. Stay safe.